What is going on, guys? So I was recently able to unlock the Withering Famine dog tag that was part of our Apocalypse DLC Affliction specializations. So I want to give you guys a quick run through of how I went about doing this. I do want to preface this video and let you guys know, as much as I would like to give you guys some really major insight that would save you a lot of time in unlocking these new dog tags, the majority of it is really just you're gonna have to grind it out. So as much as I again would like to give you some kind of secret tip that would save you some time, it's just really not going to be the case. So again, I don't want to kind of give you guys hopes up coming into this video like there's going to be some type of really great technique, but hopefully there are some little things that may help make this easier for you. So now the first mission requirement is to perform 200 kills with the Peacock Affliction equipped. Now the Peacock Affliction is when an enemy player spots you, you remain on spot till either you die or until the game ends. So this was one that I was kind of indirectly doing. I figured that I wouldn't really need to focus on getting the 200 kills, so that I should be more focused on some of the other more grindy specialization requirements for this dog tag. And I figured that on the side here I would slowly kind of accumulate those 200 kills, and kind of on the side as well be able to kind of help myself out for some of those near future mission requirements for the other dog tags where I have to get the 500 spotting assists for this affliction. So that's kind of my approach when it came to this one. Now the second one on the list is probably one of the more grindy ones, as you have to perform 500 revives with the Scavenger Affliction equipped. Now the Scavenger Affliction is when you are low on ammo and you're not able to get resupplied by a support class. Now one interesting thing that I do want to make note of is the fact that when you do go down to 0 ammo on your gun, you can get resupplied, but only to the minimal amount that you started off with. Now that was pretty interesting, and what I found even more interesting was if you are low and you have 0 ammo on your primary weapon, but your secondary weapon has like 4 shots in it, you will only be resupplied for your primary weapon. So I found myself kind of running around the map, and at times when I was kind of only have like 1 or 2 shots left and maybe my secondary weapon, or just 1 or 2 shots left in my primary weapon, I would just shoot the shots out really quick on the ground just so I could go get resupplied to the amount that I had originally started off with. So do keep that in mind. Now when it came to trying to get these 500 revives, I was originally playing on Conquest mode, and I found myself really only getting maybe about 20 or 30 revives a game. And I figured that because Conquest has everything so spread out, that being around my teammates wasn't very practical, and I probably should choose a different game mode. So I swapped over to Operations, and I made sure to be on the defensive team. And I had a game mode on Glacier where I was able to get about 70 plus revives in one game. So I was basically experiencing double the amount that what I was experiencing on Conquest. Didn't get a chance to try it out on Frontlines, but I would figure Frontlines would be probably another good game mode, as it again focuses a lot of the gameplay in the single areas. And again, playing on the defensive side, as that kept my teammates from kind of having to run around a lot, as they were kind of just wanting to stay on the objective. So that was kind of my strat on going about and doing this. Again, I don't play the medic class all too much, so feel free to let me know if you guys have some pretty high revive games and what map you're on and what game mode. And feel free to comment that down below if you're getting like these 100 plus revive games. Would be curious to know what you guys are doing, and I'll be sure to pin this up on the very top of the comments for those to check out later. Moving on to the third one, where we had to perform 100 kills using single action rifles with the Peacock Affliction equipped. So this was one again that I want to keep equipped all the time, as it is slowly helping me out for the future mission requirements for other dog tags that require me to get 500 spotting assists with the Peacock Affliction equipped. As well, there's another dog tag where you're required to get like 50 melee kills with this specialization equipped. So again, that's kind of helping me along to make those a little bit easier. So this is again one I kept equipped the whole time, and it did as well help me out for the first mission requirement on this list, where I had to get 200 kills with the exact same affliction equipped. So this was one that when I needed a break from doing the kind of more grindy one where to get the 500 revives, I would unequip the Scavenger Affliction, and then I would start using a single action rifle, which the one I chose was the SMLE, and I found myself on maps that I felt would be kind of friendly to me being a scout class. So like I was on River Somme at the very beginning of the game on defense, sniping people out of the wheat fields, just doing things that would give me a little bit of a break, mix it up a little bit, have some fun, not make the game feel as grindy from the 500 revives that I was going through. And so that was something I was trying out. And again, this was probably one of the more easier ones on the list, as there's really not much you can really do except just really get a bunch of kills on it. So again, a little bit what I would do is kind of hold that one off to the side, give myself a little bit of a break in between some of the more grindy mission requirements, and that's how I would accumulate this one as well, kind of progressing my way to the very first mission requirement on the list. Now the fourth mission requirement is perform 300 resupplies with the Death Toll Affliction equipped. Now the Death Toll Affliction is when you lose 200 points every time you die. So this was one I kind of kept to the very last, as I figured this would probably be the more easier one, as the 300 resupplies really don't have anything to do with the actual affliction equipped. You can basically run around the map and drop your ammo crate for your teammates. I found myself to speed up the process by doing the kind of same thing I did with the medic strat when I was getting the 500 revives, by going on operations, going on the defense, and just kept laying ammo crate over and over again. I was able to get this one completed in about like 2 or 3 games. So I figured this would probably be the more easier one to do, as performing the 100 single action rifle kills, unless you're getting like 50 kills a game with only your rifle, I figured that might probably take you maybe 3 or 4 games to do. So again, this one I kept for very last. Again, I only had the Death Toll Affliction equipped along with the Peacock Affliction equipped when I was doing this specific mission requirement. Again, I want to keep the Peacock Affliction equipped as much as I can. And this was, again, the more easier one, so I would suggest probably get on operations, getting around a bunch of your teammates, and just laying your ammo crate down over and over again. Now, the final mission requirement I chose to do to complete the 5 out of the 6 to unlock this Withering Famine dog tag was score 100,000 points with the Scavenger Affliction equipped. Now, this was one that I had actually completed already prior to doing all the mission requirements on the list, as I one day was just kind of playing around with the Scavenger Affliction. You can go check out that video that I had posted about a week ago, where I went over equipping this affliction and just trying out, see what it was all about. And I was able to accumulate those 100,000 points in a day, so it wasn't all too bad. Wasn't able to pair it up with the perform 500 revives with the same Scavenger Affliction equipped, so I don't know how much I would have progressed doing that, but I can't imagine you would be able to probably get the 100,000 points probably sooner than getting the 500 revives. So definitely not all too bad, something I wasn't all too focused on, as again, you're just kind of scoring points passively in the background. Nothing anything I was kind of focused on doing. It was just playing. Again, it's a lot of just grinding out the game, and you'll slowly begin to accumulate those points. Now, do remember that when you do have the Scavenger Affliction equipped, that when your ammo does go down to 0, you can go find a support class to resupply you. Again, you won't get max ammo out of it. You'll get the exact same minimal amount of ammo you start off with, but it is better than nothing, and it will again help you keep maybe that class you want to have equipped that you're more familiar with, instead of kind of running around the battlefield picking up other weapons that maybe you're not too familiar with or not too fond of. So now I want to address the one mission requirement I chose not to do, which was destroyed airplane with the tripwire high explosive, as this one was probably one of the more difficult ones out of all the mission requirements for any of the dog tags to complete, as again, this was one I felt that would have been kind of hard to set up. Now, I did type this on YouTube and see if people had already been able to do this before, and there are videos of people doing this. People were laying it down, and as an airplane was coming down and going really low to the ground, they would bounce off the ground and trip the tripwire, and their airplane would explode. So I did see another video where someone had a teammate who they had jump on the other team, land the airplane down, and they would lay the tripwires right in front of the airplane, and then he would just start to take off, and he would trip the tripwire. So again, if you're on the more single player side like I am, you don't really have that option, as well as if you you know, or trying to find something that would be maybe a little bit less luck, because again, it felt like, you know, it's kind of hard to kind of set up an airplane to kind of dive low onto the ground, and I just felt the odds of that were very slim. But if you have a video of something that you do think is kind of more foolproof, if you do have a strat that you think does work, or something that you think you've done before in the past and you can kind of do consistently, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Another thing I will pin up to the top, it does only require you to kill one airplane. So if you can get it done one time, it does help save you maybe some of that grind for the 500 revives, which the scavenger affliction you have to do. You know, maybe you can do it when you're getting the 100 kills with your single action rifle. Maybe equip this tripwire and see possibly if you can make this happen. Again, I would be curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below about this, but that was basically the summary of what I did in order to unlock this dog tag. Again, let me know how you guys feel about what my process was. If you guys have any other type of tips or any other type of strat that you think may make this a bit easier. But again, that's it for you guys today. I appreciate you guys being here. My name's Livin, and I will catch you guys again later.